Negro League great Buck O'Neil was a scout and coach for the Chicago Cubs in the early 1960s. He also managed the Kansas City Monarchs. While he managed the Monarchs, he managed Ernie Banks. And then later as a scout with the Cubs, he signed Lou Brock. Lou Brock came to the Cubs, brought speed, athletic ability, but he got off to a bit of a slow start. And in 1964, on June 15th, while hitting .251 for the Cubs, he was traded to St. Louis, along with Jack Spring and Paul Toth. The Cubs received Ernie Broglio and Bobby Shantz, Doug Clemens. Ernie Broglio won 21 games for the Cardinals in 1960, and he won 18 in 1963. Cubs did not know he had a bad elbow already that would end his career in 2 years. Everyone thought Chicago got the best end of that deal. This is Apba Bryan welcoming you to Apba Baseball Classics. This is not Apba, as you see, it is Payoff Pitch Baseball. We've been playing this for a couple of days. Looking at the 1964 season, I'm liking this game. One thing I've discovered in Apba is the rare plays. I like the double zero roll that gives you the rare plays. I like the fast action cards. As you read the rules, and as I watch other people use Payoff Pitch on YouTube, there is a few ways to play this game. You can just use it strictly with the dice, and base runners advance based on whether the dice was a wheelhouse roll, give an extra base on a hit, or patient, where you could try to get an extra base, or tough, where the base runners advance same number of bases as the hits. You can just use plainly the dice. Or I've seen some YouTubers just use only the fast action cards, and others use a combination of the dice and the fast action cards. So I think there's a lot of variety you can apply in this game. And that's kind of the way I am. I like to have my own home rules, and I'm kind of liking using the dice in combination with the fast action cards. Today we're looking at the Lou Brock trade, which did not turn out well for the Cubs. Lou Brock hit .348 when he went to the Cardinals for the balance of the season. And that's another thing Payoff Pitch gives you. It gives you a Brock card for the Cubs and gives you a Brock card for the Cardinals, or combined with his full year's totals. What we're looking at today is the Lou Brock with the Chicago Cubs, as played on June 7th, 1964 at Milwaukee County Stadium against the Milwaukee Braves. Here are the starting lineups for the Cubs. And we'll let you hit pause, get a good look at this. I'll just go ahead and read them. Amalfitano, Brock, Williams, Santo, Banks, Billy Cowan, Schaefer, and Andre Rogers. Bob Buell is the pitcher. For the Milwaukee Braves, Lee May, Ty Klein, Hank Aaron, Joe Torre, Ed Matthews, Ed Bailey, Dennis Menke, Mike Miguel, actually, but Mike De La Hoz, and Denver LeMaster is the pitcher. All right, we're ready to begin. The first pitch of the ball game. Here's the pitch to Joey Amalfitano. 7 is tough. 71 is going to be out of range and be a fly ball to center field for the first out of the ball game. Here is Lou Brock. 3 is defense. We're checking the range of the right fielder. The right fielder is Hank Aaron. His range is B. Okay, we checked the County Stadium card for B range. 1 through 36 would be a hit. 37 through 99 is an out. 97 is definitely an out. Fly out to right field, 2 outs. That brings up sweet swinging Billy Williams of the Cubs, who in 1959 was tutored on hitting by Rogers Hornsby. And I think he got some tutoring also from Ty Cobb. 9 is patient, and 49 is going to be I'm reading the left side of the card, base hit for Billy Williams. That brings up third baseman Ron Santo with 2 outs. 7 is tough. 13 is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Lee May leads off for the Milwaukee Braves. 9 is tough. And 99 is a fly out to right field. 1 away. Just missed a rare play by 1 number. On the 2D10 right here is Ty Klein. 8 is also tough. 17 on the right side is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3, 2 away. That brings up Henry Aaron. 3 is Wheelhouse. And 25 on the right side. There's a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. Hank Aaron hits one of his 7-14 for us here in the top of the first to put the Braves ahead 1-0. Joe Torre, who is normally the catcher but playing first base today. 3, that's Wheelhouse. 26, that's going to be a base hit for Joe Torre. Oh, wait, no, on the right side. That's a drive. It could be. It is out of here as well. That's a back-to-back home runs. And it is 2-0 Milwaukee. And Bob Buell is getting a rude awakening here in the top of the first. Buell was part of the Milwaukee Braves staff in the late 50s when they were winning 1957, 1958 championships. He was the third in the rotation. Eddie Matthews. 2 is defense. We're checking the air number on the shortstop. Shortstop is Andre Rogers, and his number is a 3. So E3, 1 through 46 will be an error. It is an error on Andre Rogers. Let's see. And infield error is a single +1. So I think that means single base. I could be wrong, but we're going to call that a 2-base error on Andre Rogers. Matthews is at second. There are 2 outs. Ed Bailey. 7's in play. 24 is going to be a base hit. Hard grounder to the right field side. Runner on second will score. Matthews scores an unearned run. Bailey has an RBI, and it is 3-0 in the first. Dennis Mickey comes up. Dennis Mickey, I think of him as like a early 1960s Ben Zobrist. He could play all the infield positions. Of course, Zobrist also plays outfield, but Mickey could play all the infield positions and had a decent bat. He did settle in on shortstop for the 64 season. 11 is ballpark, and 58 is going to be wheelhouse. Get another 2D10. 94 is going to be out of the wheelhouse range and be a fly out to left field. So 3 outs. But not until Milwaukee has scored 3 times to take a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the second. Okay, Danny LeMaster, big sigh of relief, got a 3-run lead. He's going to pitch to Ernie Banks. 7, tough 4 on the left side. That's going to be a strikeout. His second strikeout, Billy Cowan. 7 is tough. 34 is also a strikeout. He struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. Jimmy Schaefer, the catcher. 9, patient. 37 is a base on balls. Andre Rogers, Cubs have not made contact with the ball for the last 4 batters. 7, tough. 0-2 is a strikeout. So he strikes out the side, and we go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Braves. The Braves lead off with Mike De La Haas, 7 in play, and 64 is out of range. Ground out shortstop. 1 away, brings up the pitcher, Dane LeMaster. Nine is tough. 81. Actually, his batting card is the number 5 card. And 81 is going to be a strikeout. Back to the top of the order. Lee May, who flied out the right field his first time up. 6 is patient. 95, out of range, fly out the right field. 3 outs, top of the third inning we go, 3-0 Milwaukee. Bob Buell leads off, hitting the number 3 batting card for the Cubs. Buell was not a good hitter, his lifetime .089 hitter, and actually went through the 1962 season. I think he had about 70 at-bats and didn't get on base 1 time. Here's the pitch to Buell, 5, tough. 38 is going to be a strikeout on left or right hander. He's wiped out by that one. 1 out. Longtime coach Joey Malfantino comes to bat. 6, tough. 18 on the left side. Strikeout. So Danny LeMaster is piling up the strikeout. That is his 6th strikeout here in the 3rd inning. And Lou Brock. 7, tough. 83 is out of range. Ground ball to the second baseman, Mike De La Haas. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 3-0 Milwaukee. Ty Klein, who spent 3 years playing at college ball at Clemson University. 6, patient. 39 on the right side. That is going to be a triple for Ty Klein. Here is Hank Aaron, who homered his last time up. 7 is in play. 70 will be out of range. That's going to be a... They're going to play the infield back, by the way. 70 is ground ball to second base. Okay, that's going to involve a base runner advancing. So 4-3 and an RBI, and it is 4-0 Milwaukee. Joe Torre, who also homered his first time up. 4, 59 is patient. 56. Hit by pitch ball. And with 1 out in the 3rd inning, that's going to do it for Bob Buell. The Cubs will go to the bullpen and bring in Billy Hoft, 4-0 and 3.80 ERA in 64. Eddie Matthews. 6 is patient. 0-2 is going to be a base on balls. 1st and 2nd. That brings up Ed Bailey, 6 times the National League All-Star catcher. Here's the pitch to Bailey from Billy Hoff. That's in play, 42 on the left side. There's nothing there, so it's going to be a outrange. Fly ball to left field. Dennis Menke. 7 in play. 24 is a single for Menke. Hard grounder into left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. And the runner scores. RBI single, and it is now 5-0 Milwaukee. Mike De La Hoz. All right, 6, patient. 93 is going to be out of the range and fly ball to left field for the 3rd out. But the Braves score 2 more. It is 5-0 Milwaukee as we go to the 4th. Billy Williams will lead off for Chicago. LeMaster has struck out 6 and only allowed 1 hit and 1 walk. 3 is defense. That will check the range on the first baseman, who is Joe Torre, C range. So 1 through 46 will be a hit. It is going to be a base hit for Billy Williams. He is 2 for 2 for Chicago. Here's Ron Santo, 5 times a Gold Glove winner for the Cubs. Kind of thought as the National League's Brooks Robinson type 3rd baseman. 8 is going to be in play. 13 in play on the left side is going to be a base hit for Ron Santo. And it's a single in the center field. A runner on first will advance 1 base. First and second. No outs. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, comes to bat. Let's knock the camera for a loop. My apologies. Here's the pitch to Banks. 353 is defense. Now we'll check the range of the 3rd baseman, Eddie Matthews. His range is C. 1 through 46 will be a hit, and that's going to be a hit for Banks. Single up the middle, runner on first, they all advance 1 base. The Cubs with no out are making a serious bid to get back into this game. Here is Billy Cowan. Pitch to Cowan, 7, tough. 47 is, oh man, just missed a double by 3 numbers. But it's a strikeout. 1 away. 7th strikeout for Denny LeMaster. Here's the catcher, Jimmy Schaefer. 7 tough, 23. That's also a strikeout. 8th strikeout for LeMaster. Andre Rogers. And if the Cubs are going to get back in this game, now's the time they're going to have to do it. Here's the pitch to Andre Rogers. 6-0-5. That's tough and probably a strikeout. Those low numbers on the top usually translate to strikeouts, and that's what it is. That is the 9th strikeout in the 4th inning for Denny LeMaster. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 5-0 Milwaukee. Billy Huff comes back out to pitch the bottom of the 4th inning. He has a long reliever. Any parts of an inning counts as an inning, but he can go 2 more innings before his fatigue sets in if he gives up 3 runs. Hasn't given up any yet, the runs that were off of the starter. Denny LeMaster will lead off for the Braves. 7-69 is in play. On the left side, 69 is going to be out of range. Ground ball to second base. 4-3. 1 away. Lee May is 0 for 2, flat out the right both times. 8 is in play. 82 is out of range, flat center field. 2 down, and here is Ty Klein, who tripled and scored in the 3rd inning. 12 is tough. 21, strikeout. We go to the top of the 5th, Milwaukee 5, Chicago 0. The The pitcher, Billy Huff, will lead off for the Cubs. 5 is, let me get the pitcher out here for Milwaukee. 5 is Tough. 86 is going to be almost a single. It's a strikeout. Ten strikeouts for Denny LeMaster. Joey Amalfitino, 9. Patient, 59, is going to be base on balls. Cubs have had base runners. They have not been able to do anything with them. Here is Lou Brock. 11 is Patient, 87. Out of range. Ground out to second base. His double play number is, well, I would guess it's 5. And LeMaster's double play number is 7. 11 is above that. I saw Earl Shamlin just takes that first double play reading off the 2D6 so to get another one, so I'll do that also. We'll see what the base runner does on the out. He advances. So Brock is out 4-3. Malfitino with 2 outs goes to second base. Billy Williams. 7, Tough. 79 is out of range, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. 3 outs, bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Braves. Here is Hank Aaron. They're going to at least get one more inning, and maybe more, out of Billy Huff. Here's the pitch, 9, Tough. 82 is out of range. Fly ball to center field. Hank Aaron is the first out of the 5th inning for the Braves. Here is Joe Torre. 12, Tough. 5, going to be a strikeout. Eddie Matthews. 9 is Tough, and 1 is going to be a strikeout. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 6th. 5-0 Braves. The pitching has kind of settled down here for the Cubs, but they need to at least chip away to try to get back in this game. Ron Santo. 6 is Tough. 60 is fly out the right field. 1 down. Let's play 2. Ernie Banks is up. 4, Wheelhouse. 07 on the left side. There's a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. A home run for Ernie Banks to get the Cubs on the board. And maybe their chipping away starts now. We will see. Here is Billy Cowan with one down. 10, Patient. 53 is out of the range. That's going to be a ground out to the third baseman, Eddie Matthews. 5-3, 2 outs. Jimmy Schaefer. 8-06 is in play. Strikeout. Nope, that's in play. It's a double. 2-base hit for Jimmy Schaefer. I was reading the wrong section. So we got a Cub with 2 outs on scoring position. And Andre Rogers is the batter. LeMaster will pitch to him. Pitcher's on deck. 9 is Patient. 04. And that is going to be a walk. He pitched around him anyway. First and second, timeout. The Cubs will bring on a pinch hitter, Ron Campbell, right-handed hitter against Denny LeMaster. Here's the pitch. 10 is Patient. 63 is out of the range, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 5-1 Milwaukee. Coming out of the bullpen to pitch for Chicago is Wayne Sure. You might ask, are you sure you want to pitch Sure? Sure, I'm sure. There's Ed Bailey, 5. Tough, 77. He's a right-hander on the right side. That's out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Joey Amalfitino. 1 away. Dennis Menke. Eight is tough. 18 on the right side is going to be strikeout. 2 outs. Chicago relieving has done well. Chicago's hoping sure can continue what Billy Huff was doing. Here's the pitch, 12 ballpark. And 61, that's going to be for a right-handed batter in wheelhouse. Another 41 on the right side is just out of range. So it's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. And the Braves are quickly retired in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Milwaukee 5, Chicago 1. Joey Malfatino leads off for Chicago. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. 11 patient. 62 is going to be a walk. Cubs will have another base runner. They've already stranded 8 runners in this game. Lou Brock is the batter. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock. 11 patient, 97 out of range. Fly ball to right field. 1 away. Billy Williams. Williams is 2 for 3 for Chicago. 671's tough. And that is going to be a ground out to shortstop. 6 on the double play. He is above his double play number, so we'll have to see. The infield out to shortstop is line out, so we'll get another card on that. That's another line out. We'll get another card. That says pop out. Line out. One of these is going to give us the fielder's choice. So, Malfatino's out 6-4. Billy Williams is on first. It's a new base runner. Ron Santo. 8 is in play, 57. Out of range. That is going to be a fly out to right field. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Braves are still up by 4. The Milwaukee pitcher, Danny LeMaster, leads off. 4 is in play, 60. That is out of range. These cards, the printing is kind of small for me. 60 is going to be a ground out to second base. 4-3. Lee May. 9, patient. On 7, it's going to be a walk to the leadoff hitter, Lee May. Okay, Cubs relieving has retired about 11 in a row. But May goes to first with 1 out. Here is Ty Klein. Eight is tough, 53. On the right side is a base hit for Ty Klein. Opposite field liner. So that's in the left field. The base runner goes to second. First and second. That's opportunity for Hank Aaron. Homered in the first. Here's the pitch. 8 is tough. 58 is out of range. And a fly out to right field. Joe Torre. Torre's father was a scout for the Milwaukee Braves organization, but Frank, his brother, had already signed with the Braves, so that's why he signed with the Braves. 6 is in play. 11 in play on the right side is going to be a single. Bouncing into left field. Runner on first. Both runners go 2 bases. It's going to be an RBI single for Joe Torre at 6-1, Milwaukee. Eddie Matthews. 11, patient. 42, base on balls. That loads them up. Ed Bailey can blow this wide open if it's not already. Here's the pitch to Ed Bailey. 9 is patient. 41, and that is also going to be a walk. RBI for Bailey. It is 7-1 Milwaukee. So Milwaukee or Chicago Cubs are going to go to their bullpen. They're going to bring in Lou Burdett. He is a right-hander, 9-9, 4.88 ERA in 1964. He is right-handed, even though on his Topps 1959 baseball card he presents himself as a left-hander. Here's the pitch to Dennis Menke. 8 in play is 80. That is going to be out of range. Fly ball to center field for the third out. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Milwaukee 7, Chicago 1. Okay, Daniel Master goes back out on the mound here in the 8th inning to pitch to Ernie Banks, Billy Cowan, and Schaefer, the catcher. LeMaster has struck out 10 batters, but his last strikeout was in the 5th inning. His fatigue is the 7th inning, but he's not giving up 3 runs, so he's not fatigued yet. Here's the pitch to Ernie Banks. 8 is, let me show his card, 8 is going to be in play. 15 is base hit for Ernie Banks. And he is 3 for 4 on the day. The home run and an RBI. Billy Cowan. 6 is tough. 86 is going to be out of it's going to be out of range. And that is a ground ball to shortstop. 6 is a double play number. His is 5, so it's over that. Infield out's a fielder's choice, so it's going to be 6-4. Banks is out at second, and Cowan is the new base runner at first. Jimmy Schaefer. Three is defense. Air range on the second baseman. Second baseman is Mike De La Hoz. Range is B. So 1 through 36 will be a hit. 47 is going to be an out. Let's see what kind of an out that's going to be. Base runner advances. 4-3. 2 outs. Cowan's on second. Andre Rogers. 9:51 is patient, and that is going to be a walk. First and second. Lou Burdett is not a bad hitting pitcher. He's a 14 card. Timeout. So I'm looking at Burdett's card, and if he gets something in his wheelhouse, he has 1 through 40 chance to get a hit. Tough would strike him out, but in play, 1 through 39 chance to get a hit. He's going to bat and stay in the game. 5 is 1. See, oh, that's trouble. It's tough, and that'll be a strikeout. Third out, we go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-1, Milwaukee. The Cubs have stranded 11 base runners in this game. Mike De La Hoz will lead off the bottom of the 8th against Lou Burdett. 4 is Wheelhouse. He's probably still mad at himself for striking out with 2 runners on. Wheelhouse 53 on the right side is going to be out of range. Ground ball to the third baseman, Ron Santo. 5-3. Daniel Master will stay in the game and hit for himself. 10 is in play. 67. Get his batting card up. He is a batting 5. In play 67 on the right side is out of range. Ground ball to second base. And that's the third time in a row he's grounded out to second. Lee May is the batter. 7 tough, 54 is out of range and ground out to Ron Santo. We go to the ninth. Milwaukee 7, Chicago 1. Here is Joey Amalfitino. The Cubs are down by 6. 7 tough, 36 is a base hit for Joey Amalfitino. Master is definitely slowing down. He hasn't struck out anybody in a row, and they've got more base runners, but he's still out there. Lou Brock. 8 in play. 90 is going to be out of range. And a ground ball to second base. Brock is a 5 DP. LeMaster 7 DP. 8 is over that. Infield 8. The card reads double play, but we're going to ignore that because it doesn't. We're going by the original rules on that. That's the lineup. Let's see what happens. Another ground ball. Fielder's choice. So 4 to 6. Lou Brock is the runner at first. C stealer, but not with 6 runs down. He's not going to be stealing. Billy Williams. 5 tough, 49. That's a double by Billy Williams. Looping liner in the right field. The runners advance 2 bases. Cubs have second and third with 1 out. The middle of Chicago's order have been very active in this game. They got 8 hits. Not many runs, but they're getting hits. Santo, 4. Wheelhouse, 51 on the left side. That's going to be a single for Santo. Soft blooper into left field. Each runner goes 1 base. RBI single is 7 to 2, and that will do it for Denny LeMaster. Bob Tiefenauer will be called on to get the last 2 outs for Milwaukee. Here's the pitch to Bernie Banks. 6 is in play, 64. He's a right-hander. That is out of range. Ground ball to second base. DP 6, DP 7. That's going to be a double play. 4 to 6, 3, and that's the final out of the game. Final score: Milwaukee 7, Chicago 2. We'll be back with the wrap-up. Okay, in this game, the Cubs had 2 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Milwaukee Braves had 7 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Denver LeMaster. 8 1/3 innings, 1 earned run. That was a home run he gave up. 11 hits, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks. Losing pitcher was Bob Buell. 2 1/3 innings and 4 earned runs. The star of the game, if the Cubs had played better, probably would have been Billy Williams, who went 4 for 5 with a double. Joe Torre had a good game with 2 hits, a home run in the first inning, 2 RBIs. But the star of the game has to be Denny LeMaster, who pitched very effectively. Only struck out 1 batter after the 5th inning, but he struck out 10 before then. And was able to pitch well when it was needed. The Cubs had a lot of base runners, but he pitched and got outs when he needed them. This game was highlighting the trade of the Lou Brock from the Chicago Cubs to the St. Louis Cardinals. And early Broglio for the Cardinals was a very popular player on the team. And I mentioned that the Cubs didn't know he had a bad elbow when the trade happened. Cardinals didn't know that either because he hadn't told anyone. And he was popular. And when Lou Brock went to bat for the first time for the Cardinals, I don't know if that was June 15th or 16th, but he struck out. And we went back to the dugout. Somebody in the Cardinals dugout says, everyone was generally unhappy. And Brock was not a very well-known player yet. But someone made the comment, well, next we'll trade Bill White for a bucket of baseballs. But Red Changes took Lou Brock under his wings, and the Cardinal organization changed his game and told him to steal any and all times. And Lou Brock then used a much more aggressive style, started stealing a lot of bases, and also started hitting. 348 from the balance of the season was enough to propel the St. Louis Cardinals in a very, very tight pennant race in 1964 to the World Series. Hope you enjoyed the game. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Jim Bunning's Father's Day perfect game for the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. Please join us then. And actually, I said tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the weekend, so that will be Monday. But please join us on Monday. If you like what you see, subscribe. This is Apba Bryan signing off and saying God bless. Well, I'm back. There was one more thing I wanted to say about trades, since this was Lou Brock trade game from the Cubs to the Cardinals. And I don't think, what I'm going to say about trades, I don't think that at all applies to the Brock trade. But sometimes trades happen in baseball over issues not on the field, production numbers not considered, but clubhouse behavior considered. When my son was playing baseball in high school, he played on a very good team. They were ranked number 2 in the state his senior year, and I think they were ranked his junior year. They ran into a hot pitcher that eliminated him in the regionals his junior year, but they went to the state tournament, one and done tournament also, his senior year. And between those 2 years, he played on the American Legion team, and the core players from his high school team were on that team, but not playing particularly up to what they should have been playing. They had a player on their team, and I won't say his name, but he was very hard on his teammates. If they made an error, he would yell at them on the field out in public. Very, very, very hard. He was a good player, played center fielder, was a good center fielder, was a pitcher, a very good pitcher as well. In fact, later on he went through the Houston Astros organization up through AAA in the 2000s. He did not make the major leagues, but went through AAA. But his coach noticed his clubhouse behavior and told him not to come back. And when he was cut from the team went on about a 12 or 13 straight game winning streak and played up to what they were capable of doing. Everybody just breathed a sigh of relief, and the whole tenor and approach for the team changed, and much for the better. So that's also a thought that's involved in many baseball trades as well. Well, thank you. I just wanted to throw that in. Forgot to during the game.